What's up guys? Grimsy42, and I actually have an interesting question that I'm sure a lot of you have asked, and hopefully I can kind of help you answer today. Should you? So basically, this all boils down to what a lot of people in the news today are talking about on how horrible Nintendo is doing, and how they refuse to grow with the times, and they won't, put their characters on phones and all those crazy things, and how Nintendo is just a kid system, and how they've lost their ways, and should you buy a Wii U, and how horrible it's selling, and all this other nonsense that I'm hearing. First of all, I think that we as educated consumers should be able to make our own decisions. You shouldn't go online and read that Nintendo is doing bad and let that make your mind up for you. Honestly, I think that we are capable of making our own decisions, and that the news and media try to control what we think, and I've never let that, control my at least my process of thought. So hopefully you guys don't either. But basically what I want to do is talk to you a little bit about the Wii U, tell you some of my personal experiences, and give you my, my opinion on it. And hopefully that can help you guys make your own decision in the end, because that's ultimately what's important to me. I don't want you to listen to me and go, oh, Grimsy thinks it's the greatest thing in the world, so I should get it. Or, Grimsy thinks it sucks, so I shouldn't get it. Listen to what I have to offer and what other people have to offer and make up your own mind. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is the controllers. So this one is the control pad, I guess, as they call it. And as you can see, I've got the Zelda edition. I just had to have that. I actually waited until that long, and it isn't that I didn't have faith in Nintendo or that I didn't think there were enough good games. It's just that I wanted to wait until a specific console came out, because I knew, just like every other, series of systems, PlayStation's done it, Nintendo's done it, they always have a bundle. So I was waiting for a specific bundle that caught my eye, and with the Zelda bundle, I found exactly what I was looking for. So anyways, first we'll talk about this controller. I personally love it. It fits very comfortably in your hands. It's not as heavy as it looks. The one thing I don't like about it is the battery dies after probably between 4 to 6 hours. So, you can actually solve that just by plugging it in. I don't know if you can see, I got my little plug. That's about as far as it reaches. So that's as far as I can be for my TV when I play it. But other than that one small hindrance, I actually really like it. And I think that the touchscreen interface really adds a lot to games. Some games really don't take advantage of it, and you'll just get like a chintzy little map or something stupid like that. But a lot of games will actually encompass this to the point where it actually becomes pivotal in your navigation of the game, and it actually makes playing the game a lot better. So I definitely like this controller. The other option, and I actually picked this one up if it's not too late for you guys to jump in on the deal, I grabbed the Wii U Pro from Best Buy. And what's cool about this one is it lasts, I believe, 60 hours? Up to 80 hours, actually. So you can get up to 80 hours on this, and it's very similar to like a 360 controller, so that's cool. Obviously, you lose the touchpad functionality, which kind of stinks, but the point is that these specific white ones have been discontinued, and if you can find them at Best Buy, they're extremely cheap. I think it was $29. It may have been $19, I forget, $24, somewhere in that area. It was very inexpensive. I've had it for a while. As you see, I haven't opened mine yet. I actually just enjoy the pad that much that I haven't had the need to use it yet. I just haven't played a game that, I felt like I had to use it. But it's definitely nice to add to your collection, and I definitely recommend you pick one up if you can find one at that price. Now, on to the actual system itself. As I said, I got the Zelda bundle, which came with the digital version of the Wind Waker remake. Now, I did like that. However, the reason that I was super excited about it being digital, because I'm normally against that, is this bad boy right here. Now, because I had the digital version on the system, I was obviously able to play it. Therefore, I could keep this sealed, which is really cool, because one thing about being a collector is you like to keep your items pristine. So I was really regretting having to open this to play the game, which I was excited to do. So thankfully, because I got the digital version, I was able to keep this sealed. And I'm not sure, I haven't checked recently, but this was going really high on eBay when it first came out. It was over $100. So luckily for me, my mother-in-law actually reserved this for me prior to it coming out. And I was happy and picked it up, and it looks beautiful on my shelf. There are some more cool bundles. I actually only have one more of them, but I'll go ahead and show you guys that now. It's the Mario and Sonic at the Olympics Sochi edition. It comes with the blue controller. Now, you can also get this in just the game format, one without the controller, but I thought that this would be really cool. I actually showed this in a previous pickup video, I picked up with a Target gift card that I got from my employer for Christmas, so that was really cool. First, let me talk about, in my opinion, the best game on the system, the Zelda Wind Waker HD Remix. Now, I personally have never played it before. I've owned it in the past, but I just have never played it. So this is my first experience with Wind Waker, and boy, let me tell you, it was one of my favorite Zeldas, and the HD graphics look absolutely amazing. It's a great game. If you've never played it, you're doing a disservice to yourself. You definitely want to try it. Another cool thing that I really like about this system, though, is because of all that bad rap that it's getting online, a lot of the games are very, very inexpensive. And I've got a huge stack here, and I've been picking these up, either on eBay or GameStop or Best Buy or wherever the sales are. I'm definitely patient. I don't buy a game right that second when it comes out. I try to wait for the sales, because in the end, really, who cares if you play it today or in 2 weeks? As long as you get to experience the game, if you're saving lots of money, I think that's the smart route. So let me show you the first game that I really delved into, and that's the Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. And this is a really cool game. It's a remake of the Arkham City. It was made by WB Games in Montreal, and it's one of the games that really, really takes advantage of the touchscreen. It's an amazing game. If you haven't played it yet, again, I definitely recommend you try this. I've actually completed this game, and I totally loved it. I picked this up at, I want to say GameStop, and it was under 20 bucks, so definitely a good buy. I also have recently gotten the newer one, which is Arkham Origins, and I have the downloadable content to get the Deathstroke pack. That was the reason that I actually purchased this while it was still new, because I wanted to make sure that I got that DLC. Anytime a game has like reserve only DLC, I definitely jump on it, because I don't want to miss out on part of the game. I really don't like that companies do that, but what are you going to do? This one I actually picked up for, I want to say $7. GameStop had a sale on it, and then I also had a coupon, so I got it very cheap. I haven't messed with it too much. It looks like it's more of like a party game for a lot of people. I only played it a little bit by myself, so I really didn't get too much of an enjoyment out of it, but a lot of people swear by it. This one I got for under $10, also at GameStop. I'm familiar with the Tekken series. I know it's Shady J's favorite series. This one I've yet to try yet, but again, I mean, 10 bucks, couldn't go wrong. These next two are actually sealed still, and how I got these was really cool. There was a Future Shop, which is a Canadian store, that had this program that if you trade in any game, you can actually get a brand new game for trading in the game. And a buddy of mine and I heard about it, so we trekked up to Canada, and I traded in 2 crappy 360 games and got these brand new. So thought that was awesome. Call of Duty's not really for me, so it'll probably stay sealed. And I'll definitely get around to this one. I just have a huge backlog, so I haven't gotten a chance yet. But I'm definitely looking forward to trying it. This next one, I actually picked up, it was on sale at Best Buy, maybe a month ago. Best Buy had these crazy sales where they were just firing Wii U games out, and I'm going to show you a few more that I actually picked up from them. But I actually wound up getting this game for $19.99, so I thought that was a great deal. Heard good things about it. Supposedly it's very fun, so I'm looking forward to it. This next one I also got at Best Buy, and I tried a demo of it. You can actually download a demo of it on the Virtual Console for the Wii, so I checked that out and I really liked it. And it's Resident Evil Revelations. So it's not up to par with like the actual Resident Evil games, but it's pretty good. So, I mean, if you liked Resident Evil 5, it's kind of similar to that from what I've seen in the demo, so I'm excited to try that one out. This next one, I've heard big things and good things about the series. I've actually never played any of them, but I wound up picking this one up for $13.99, so I couldn't resist, and it's Mass Effect 3. So again, I've yet to play it, but I hear big things, so hopefully it's good. This next one I'm actually really excited to play with my wife. We've actually played through multiple games together now, co-op games, and we've played through New Super Mario Wii, New Super Mario Wii U. We're currently playing through Rayman Legends, which I think I've mentioned in a previous video. I'll get back to that game in a second. But the game I am talking about is the new Super Luigi U, and this is really cool. You can either download this or get this as a standalone disc, and it's pretty affordable. I think it's like $29 new. It's pretty cool. Mario's not in it. You can actually play as the bad guy Nabbit there, who's actually invulnerable from what I hear. Like, nothing can kill him, so that's kind of cool. The thing about this, though, is that you only have a minute to complete each level, which is pretty crazy. So whatever. But anyways, I'm really excited to try this one, so hopefully it's as good as I hear. Now back to Rayman Legends. This is something that the wife and I are actually going to play right after I finish with this video. We're pretty much through the game, and we both really enjoy it. It's a really good co-op game, so if you guys haven't had a chance to play it yet, it's specifically designed for the Wii U. It used to be that it was going to be an exclusive, but then unfortunately, because the Wii U isn't selling, amazingly well, Ubisoft decided to put it out on the PlayStation and 360. But there are parts that utilize the touchpad in this, and that definitely really make it. So there's also these really cool features where there's like daily, weekly, and monthly contests where you can compete to win like the in-game currency based on how well you do in a specific challenge. So it's really cool. So I definitely recommend you check this one out if you got the Wii U. Next, I would actually say that as of recently, because I really liked Zelda and I really like Batman, but most recently, this is actually my favorite game on the system, and I've probably gotten about 200 hours into it so far. So if you guys haven't tried the series yet, I definitely recommend it, and it's actually really inexpensive now. I think it's like 20 bucks at GameStop. It's Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and this will also work with a 3DS, so you can kind of link them together. But this is just a fantastic, fantastic game. It was my first time playing a Monster Hunter, and I was just blown away. I thought it was amazing. The graphics aren't the best, because I think it's just like a kind of remake of Monster Hunter Tri from the Wii, but they're good enough, and it's just such a deep, fun game. And I still am having a blast with it to this day. Over 200 hours of playtime. So I definitely recommend you check this one out. The next one is actually, I guess, my newest game, and I haven't opened it yet. The wife and I are going to finish Rayman, then we're going to get on to the Luigi U, then this is the next one on our radar. And I've heard a lot of good things, so I'm excited to try it out when I do open it. And it's Super Mario 3D World. And again, I really hear good things. Everybody I've talked to said this is an amazing game. Definitely looking forward to trying it out. That one was actually a Christmas gift. And then there it is. I believe this came out with the system. I'm pretty sure it was a launch title. It didn't come bundled with the system until just recently. There's actually a copy, if you buy the bundle, that'll have this with Luigi on the same disc. If you guys can track that down, it actually has a really high resale at this point. I believe GameStop wants like $70 for it. And obviously, since it came bundled with the console, it's not going to be too easy to find it, at least at first. I think the price will go down and more will surface, but it's definitely going to be obscure, so if you see that bundle at a good price, definitely pick it up. The next two, since it's really in essence the same game, is DuckTales Remastered and then DuckTales Remastered Target Exclusive Edition. So the original one, if anyone's tried the download, I'm keeping it sealed since I already have the game downloaded. I grabbed it on the PlayStation 3 prior to purchasing my Wii U. It's just a really good remake of the game. But after I purchased that, I found out about the Target exclusive, and as you can see right there, it includes the disc, but it also includes the collector's pin that was inside of the hard copies that just came with the DLC and didn't have the disc. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with the Target edition. So for 20 bucks, I figured, hey, I'll pick it up. There can't be too many of them out there. Since it's just a digital download game, it's not like a high-end release. And since, again, the Wii U is selling so horrible, I don't foresee there being too many of them. So I thought it'd be cool to pick up. This next one I picked up pretty cheap. I got it on eBay. And, you know, the series really isn't for me. I tried a little of it. I played a few of the modes online, and they were okay. I probably played it for like a week, and then I just really got bored of it. It's Call of Duty 2 Black Ops. And the zombie mode is okay. It's pretty decent. I thought the single-player campaign was okay again, but it's just a typical first-person shooter, and this series never really did anything for me. So, again, it's a decent game, but it's not like the best thing ever. Okay, this next one I picked up, and apparently this is a Canadian exclusive. There was a GameStop exclusive edition, and I think that basically this version is just the same thing, but it's the Canadian version, and it comes with extra DLC and stuff. As you can see, it kind of says Special Edition, L'Edition Spéciale, or whatever, bonjour nonsense. But it's pretty cool. I tried it out a little. It's kind of like Metal Gear Solid, but I mean, obviously, if you've played the Splinter Cell series, it's a little more towards that end. So I found the controls to be kind of weird, again, just because this was my first attempt in a Splinter Cell game, but I'm sure it'll be fun. It looked really well, and the graphics were, were decent, so I'm excited to check it out. So this one is actually going to get put into my rotation. And the last game is actually a game that I already owned on the PlayStation, but this is a specific version, which I guess they did later re-release also on the PlayStation. It's Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, and it's got some cool exclusives. If you were to like have the original Ninja Gaiden 3, there's some different stuff in this. It allows you to play as you can see right there, that Ayame character who was famous from Dead or Alive series. But yeah, so this one will definitely get a playthrough too also once I get around to it. But as you can see, I've got quite the backlog here. So anyways, in short, to sum it up, I really do enjoy the Wii U. I love how it's free to play online. One thing I really like about Nintendo is they're not known, especially with first-party games, for any of that DLC nonsense. If they do offer DLC, you know, it's very, very rare. You know, pretty much with the PS3 and the 360, they're constantly throwing it at you where you buy the game and a week later you got to pay more and you got to pay more and you got to pay more. You know, and Nintendo's really not like that. So that's one of the things I think is awesome. Graphically, it's on par, just a little above the PS3 or the 360, which I personally think is more than enough. I mean, how good do the graphics have to get? You know, I mean, if we all think back, we love the 8-bit graphics. Do we really need these things to look like a blockbuster movie to play them? You know, I mean, video games are more about, you know, hand-eye coordination, reaction, and imagination, in my opinion, anyway. It's really not about how pretty it looks. And I think that's something as gamers that we've kind of lost touch with, you know, that it's more about the gameplay and not about the graphics. But again, that's just my opinion. But in short, you know, I definitely love the Wii U. I think you guys should at least check it out. If you've got a friend who has one, you know, go over, play it, give it a look, and, you know, hopefully you find that it works for you and you enjoy it. And also think of it this way. A lot of systems that didn't sell well, like the TurboGrafx 16, the Sega Saturn, you know, the system bombed or whatever they called it. After that happened and when the games were no longer available, it became extremely collectible. And as you know, lots of people love Nintendo. So if for whatever reason this system falls off the radar and nobody likes it and it flops, think of how collectible the games are going to be in the future, because that means less of them will be produced and that there will be less around for the collectors to scoop up. So one way or another, if you see the games cheap, I recommend you pick them up, you give them a try. I think it's a great system. I'm having a total blast with it. It's the only system I'm really playing right now. My PS3 and 360 are collecting dust. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Pretty long video, but I had a lot to cover. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you got something out of this. Take care.